from Ozarks First. You're watching Color 10 News at 10.
It's election night once again, and we have your results tonight. Good evening once again to you. I'm David Oliver.
And I'm Jennifer Abreu. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. It's a big night for Springfield police officers and firefighters on a pension plan. The city asked whether the 3/4 cent sales tax that helps fund the pension should continue. The tax would sunset within 5 years or when the pension system is fully funded, whichever comes first.
Voters here in Springfield decided to continue with that pension sales tax once again. 78% of voters said yes, let's keep the tax in place to fund the pension. 22% of folks said no on that issue. All the votes have been accounted for at this point tonight.
Our Madison Heaver spoke with the Springfield Police Officers Association tonight at a watch party to get their reaction. Madison, what do they say?
Jen, they told me this pension tax is very important because voters chose to pass the sales tax. It will sunset within 5 years or when the pension system is fully funded, whichever comes first. Right now, the system is only 80% funded and about 800 men and women are covered by the fund right now. It's important to note that there won't be any new members to the pension plan. I spoke with Springfield Police Officers Association President Chris Welsh. He says all the pension members rely on the tax to get them by after they retire.
Right now the pension is only funded at 80%, and with contributions from the members is not enough to bring it up to 100%. We must have the tax in order to get it to 100% funded. The pension needs to be fully funded to carry out the longevity of the officers that are still on it. We still have officers on it another 10 years that are going to be living, for another 60 years possibly, and we don't collect Social Security. We don't have any other type of pension once we retire, so this gets us by.
The city does have an obligation to honor current members' pension plan requirements for as long as they live, even if the sales tax sunsets before the fund reaches 100%.
All right, Madison Heaver with us here at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for the update there. Of course, Color 10 is your local election headquarters as always. And tonight, voters across the Ozarks, and they weighed in on several other issues too. The numbers are scrolling right now across the bottom of your screen and also can be found at ozarksfirst.com. Springfield city officials ask voters whether to continue the 1/8 cent transportation sales tax. That money has been around since about 1996. It pays for improvements to transportation projects. Voters decided to continue that tax once again, with 80% of people voting in favor, 20% voting no, and all the votes have been counted tonight.
And voters in Greene and Polk County voted on a tax levy increase for Walnut Grove schools. The money would pay for safety and security measures, new elementary school classrooms, and other improvements. The levy would raise the tax by about $1 per $100 of value. Voters are against that measure, with 55% voting against the increase and 45% voting for the increase. All of those votes are in. And a decision has been made on who will represent Missouri's 158th district in the state legislature. This seat was previously held by Missouri's Treasurer Scott Fitzpatrick. Voters in Barry, Lawrence, and Stone counties chose between Republican Scott Cupps and Democrat Lisa Kalp. Cupps has won the race with 83% of the vote, and all of those votes are in.
Also in the news, and new at 10 tonight, perhaps you've gotten your personal property or real estate tax bill in the mail this last few days, and it's asking you to pay your taxes on your home or your car. Well, we've seen a lot of social media posts now about people and their property taxes increasing by quite a large margin this year.
So our Francis Lynn looked into this for us. Francis, why will residents in Greene County pay more?
Well, the assessor shared a few reasons. One of them, the bond for Springfield Public Schools increased tax levies, and also the market values going up.
Well, there could be a lot of reasons. Frequently, it's because of the tax levies. Now, of course, 2019 is a reassessment year, so that's a little different than the even-numbered years.
Unless you have new construction, your property is reassessed every 2 years.
If the tax levy increases, either the voters have voted in an increase in the levy, or the school districts or other districts may have have increased their levies by usually a fairly small amount.
Assessor Rick Kessinger says another big reason for the increase, home values are going up.
We're required to appraise everything at the fair market value of the property. So, and our market's been very healthy. It's been increasing substantially. So that means that we have to follow that market. So if the market goes up, then the assessed value will go up. Let's talk about houses. That's what most of us deal with. If a property value goes up, we are required by state law to send out a notice.
You'll only receive a notice if the value has increased. And Kessinger encourages you to call the office if you feel the numbers are too unreasonable.
Of course, you know, we don't get every one of them perfectly. You can't with a mass appraisal system, so that's why we try to deal with all the questions people may have about what's happened.
And the Greene County Collector's Office also wants to remind you that payments are due by the end of the year.
Don't wait until the last minute. That inevitably gets some people in trouble. And I know you want to hang on to your money till the very last minute, and I understand that. But at least a week before, mail in your payment, come in. It'll help you avoid lines.
Collector of Revenue Leah Betts says if you miss the deadline, you'll have to pay big late fees.
State statute late fees, and they are quite hefty. So I just tell people, save yourself a few dollars and get that payment in by December 31st.
Betts says if you didn't receive a statement yet, reach out to her office by Thanksgiving.
Good advice there tonight, Francis. Thanks. Now to a traffic alert here at 10 to tell you about an East Springfield road widening project has been delayed for several months. Cherry Street between Barnes and Oak Grove was supposed to reopen this week. It's been closed since last May, but we're learning tonight that construction will continue through at least mid-January of 2020. We saw a lot of people out there asking about the project today on social media, so we called our local MoDOT office to find out the reason for this delay. Well, engineers say an AT&T utility line there wasn't reconstructed in time. That helped held up, I should say, CU workers who were trying to relocate gas and water lines, which pushed back concrete and asphalt road work. Now, assuming the weather is good this winter, crews hope to have the stormwater and the sidewalk improvements done by early next year.
Let's hope the winter is good this year. Let's check in with Jamie now. We have some rain on the way, Jamie. Is it already here?
It's not here yet. Clouds, in fact, aren't here yet, but they will be moving in shortly, and rain won't be too far behind. This is going to make for a wet commute tomorrow morning, and it looks like another soaking rainfall event for parts of the area for Wednesday night. We'll look at that in your forecast next.